Hello, and let's play Infiltration again. So this is the chemical threat map, and in the enhanced assault mode, and I thought I'd try and use a claymore. It's not a bad map to put a claymore on defensively, and of course you can switch your loadouts quite easily in game, so I was going to have the claymore just for the defensive mode, I thought. And here I am figuring out whether I want to have that much bulk, which means I have less stamina and it runs out more quickly and I can't run as fast. So yes, it was quite a sophisticated loadout system and everything was available. It wasn't some microtransaction or ladder bullshit. It was just everything was there from the beginning. It was whether you could use it properly would determine whether or not it was worth using a particular item. So that was a nice approach, one mirrored by Ground Branch, which is the game I'm currently doing maps for, unofficially. Yeah, so I was going to add a few more bots to make it a slightly more interesting encounter, but the bots of course are a pale imitation of actual people in multiplayer. It plays very differently with actual people, and it's a more rewarding game obviously, but this is just so you can see the map a bit and watch me flounder. So here I was making sure I had the right loadout, and also later on I'm going to show you the smoke, which I thought was quite good, quite effective. So right now I'm ignoring my comrades and I'm just going to piss about with a claymore. It gets placed in the direction of fire, and that's the attackers doing something. And basically there is a feature where you can string up to 4 wires to different points, and anyone crossing the wires will trigger claymore. And it says in the instructions that you have to crouch and use your knife to set a wire, and that's what I was doing. But it turns out actually you have to go prone just to get the angle on it. I found, maybe that's just my setup is a bit off. And here I am arming the claymore. Once it's armed it can be detonated remotely, so you've got a sort of remote triggered bomb as well if you need it. And of course without any wires on it there's nothing's going to happen. So I piss about for a bit, failing to place a wire. For some reason that's what I needed to do, but it didn't show up with the message. So you'll get a message saying alt fire with your dagger with your knife to place a wire. I never got that, so instead I'm just stabbing my claymore. This is what passes for exciting gameplay in my world. But in a little while I shall start actually moving around and shooting people and getting shot by people. I don't know how exciting that's going to be for you, but if you used to play this map, I hope this brings back interesting memories. This wasn't the best map. It's curiously very near the main objective. There's a bit where you can stand and spawn kill the attackers. You can see directly into where they're spawning. That was quite an odd decision by the map maker. The map maker is Funk Styles, who I don't know personally, never actually talked to, but he's done a lot of infiltration maps and a lot of quite cool ones, and I think he was slightly going through the motions on this one compared to other stuff, but it's all solid, quite Unreal Tournament-ish design. You wouldn't be surprised to see a Landry sign around here. This is one of the ways into the building, so I'm being super stealthy, ninja-like, and won't see anybody. Spoiler. But yeah, when you had a big team of say 8 versus 8, or I think that was the maximum, you could get quite an interesting sort of tactical situation. There were multiple points to defend and so on. Yeah, so now the attackers, they stole the CD, so I've been neglecting my duties. I think that is an attacker, so that was me going, is that an attacker? Off they go. So I was just checking the camouflages. Die. So I think now I decide to go and do some proper defending. First of all I have to find the objective, and it's a been a while and the layout is a tiny bit confusing. I still don't have a very clear idea of where everything is, as is always the way. Now, what I forgot to check in game, now there's two compasses. At the top of the screen there is a compass which is part of the report direction mod, or mutator, sorry. Mutator is a mod of a mod, and when people report contact with the enemy, the bearing of the person reporting shows up in the top compass. So it's not holding your hand, it's giving you some helpful information, but it's not giving you a red blob on the enemy. So you have to actually interpret the information you're given. But at the bottom left is the official compass, where the objectives are listed on. So the red stripes at the bottom left are compass points, I think. And there's a little sort of flag, well, there's an icon for the objectives, so if you're lost you can use that bottom left compass to find objectives. So there I'm pointing at it, more or less. Yeah, so here we are on the roof, and that's the back of the compound, I think. Just checking camouflages, whether everyone's alive and where they are, so it's quite nice to be able to see where people are. And in the map that involves creating zones, which is an old tech thing. Zones are part of the BSP design, which I've already mentioned in another video, is the holy horror of mapping in Unreal Tournament 99. And there is the spawn for the attackers, strangely unprotected from defenders. So you need a gentleman's agreement not to actually just shoot people as they appear in this map. It's a good test of whether you're going to have a good game, is whether people adhere to that. And yeah, that would be a good place to put a claymore, for example, right outside that door. But I didn't. And when you kill all the attackers, the round ends. And I think that's pretty much what's going to happen at some point. Tense stuff, this. Exciting gameplay. Yeah, when people steal the CD, if they get shot they drop it, and after a little while it returns. You can also pass it on to your teammates if, for example, you run out of stamina, which is a thing that happens when you're sprinting and panicking. So you've got the jog mode, where you can jog for quite a while, and the sprint mode, you obviously go faster, but that drains your stamina very quickly. But that whole sprint system is quite nicely implemented, in my opinion. And here I am expecting to see an attacker at some point. This is a dead end, I think. Oh no, not quite. Yeah. But when you've got voice comms with a multiplayer team, it can get quite interesting. And there's a key I think I pressed once by mistake, but there's a key which I've bound to report contact in a particular direction. So you just press the key and it says contact in this direction, and it'll show up on everyone's radar, or rather you will. So that does help team play, and it makes you think a bit about what's going on rather than just being presented with red blobs, as I said. And here I am spawn camping, naughty fat mirror, just trying to end the round because it's getting a bit boring. Another thing is that the spawns are protected, or can be protected, with I forget what the name of the actor was, but when that message comes, if you go further you get shot at by an invisible gun, which can be lined up with an actual gun, and so it's simulating there being somebody at the spawn protecting the spawn, but actually it's just an actor that says if you're in this box or radius you get a warning sign, and then you get a warning shot, and then you just get shot. So it's a spawn protection system that's reasonably realistic as it goes, so that allows the maps to be designed to stop spawn camping so much. As I said, this is a strange map because essentially you can spawn camp or spawn snipe, and you know, it's difficult conceptually to have any map that doesn't have any aspect of spawn camping, because there are always choke points, and you know, at any arbitrary distance from a spawn there will be choke points where people can sit on the choke points and kill people trying to advance up the map. I guess my view is that yes, that's the case, but you get around it by making sure that the relevant there's an enemy I shot. Make sure that at the relevant place where defenders, well, where people come out of their spawns, there are enough routes that it's difficult to camp all of them, and that's something I try and do. So there's at least 2 and ideally 3 ways out of every spawn by the time people are shootable by the other side. That's just my view on it. I don't think you can ever have a perfect spawn protection mechanism. Here's me trying to set up a claymore again because why not? And again, I'm not getting the, well, I'm not equipping the knife for a start, but I'm not getting the sign that says I can place the wire. Maybe I'll do that in my next video because I've figured that out now. This is now just tedious. Yeah, so I think the attacker's about to attack and get shot. So this exciting round is about to come to an end while I stab a claymore pointlessly. And if you stab it enough times, it falls over and is dead. So there we go. This is very exciting. Yeah. Dum de dum 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 da dum 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 da dum dum da dum. Yeah. Come on, attacker. Attack. So yeah, the bots can get confused sometimes. They're using the standard Unreal Tournament pathing. And as a mapper, what you do is you place a few Unreal Tournament goodies, like power-ups, weapons and things, which are then made invisible in the game. So you manipulate the Unreal Tournament stuff to get what you want. And here's a bit of smoke, just because I wanted to show you some smoke. And this did provide effective cover in multiplayer games. It was rather good.
Hostile down.
So there goes the hostile. Yeah, but it was actually quite effective. And it's got a density that's quite hard to match on the newer systems without killing performance. It's all just sprites, but yeah, they worked. And I think there's flares as well, different coloured flares. But yeah, that was very effective, I thought. And so in multiplayer games, the smoke would play a very real tactical role in getting through choke points and bits where snipers were tending to camp. I suppose like real life, maybe, but yeah, I don't think real life is ever going to be like a repeated map played by lots of people repeatedly. But there we go. So another bit of spawn camping. Getting boring now. Maybe I'll just skip to the end of the round. Now we're back, and here the round will end in a minute as my companions murder the attacker, who might be some kind of special forces liberator to destroy an evil regime. Anyway, the bad guys win. And here I'm choosing something that's not got a claymore, because I don't need that as an attacker. What I'm going to choose, I'll go with that. And the next round begins. So, yeah, the people on my team, the bots, they'll just run off like headless chickens. So on the one hand, they do get to the objective. They don't tend to do so very safely, and they don't seem to want to wait for me, so that's a bit annoying. So I've asked them to stick with me, and they're ignoring it. I can't remember if the orders are supposed to work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. That's a dead end. Why are you going there? Well, it's not a dead end, it's just going somewhere else. So, why are you doing that? Go back. There we go. This is the best commentary I've ever done. So the defenders will spawn over there, I seem to recall. And I'm probably about to get killed by one. So that's a sort of choky point, spawn kill place for the attackers. Here we go. Softly, softly. Shooty monkey. And I can't remember what happens. This is very exciting, but I know I span her up because that's what I do. So let's see how, where, and why I span her up. Getting close. Getting close.
Man down.
Yep. So, well, there's my teammates.
Hard contact.
I don't think it was them who shot me. So, going to respawn. No, my teammates aren't dead yet, that's encouraging. So that's a health bar, that sort of rainbow bar on that information screen.
Contact.
Here I am in danger of being
Contact.
spawn killed. I have to remember the way in. Don't think it's that way. So let's go back.
Target
Very
down.
exciting. I mean, I jest, it's a slow-paced game. It rewards being methodical, teamwork, which is difficult when you're playing with stupid bots. It's not really showing off the best of the game, I'll be honest. And I don't know why I'm going that way again. I know it doesn't go anywhere. Why am I going there? And yeah, so our team are alive, so they might actually be in the vicinity of the CD. Capturing the CD. Oh, tension mounting. Who will kill me next? Will I kill myself? That's always an option. Dum da dum. But yeah, atmospherically, if that's a word, this map had it, I felt. I mean, it's all kind of stock infiltration and unreal sounds. Where are my teammates? There they are. Let's have a coordinated attack for once. Yeah, so again, visually it's not much to look at, but for me it's sort of a place I remember, as if it's a real place, a real
Contact.
blocky, poorly textured place. I mean, it's better textured than any of my maps. Perfectly textured, just low-res textures because it's unresolved. Oh, there we go. I die again. Yeah, the tension. Wow, you can cut it with a gun or a knife, sharp K-bar knife. Let's try again.
Got him.
But my teammates are doing well. And the defenders might be dead by now. So they've got the CD. And they must be on their way back, so I'll try not to shoot the first person I see, because it could be my teammates, though they probably deserve to die for their stupidity. Oh. Oh. Come on, team. What are you doing? Yeah, so the pathing of the bots doesn't always work. Where are you? Come on. And there is another way up and down, but I've yet to go there. Who's shooting at me? Oh, so the defenders were not dead. Alright, I think he's got the CD, so let's go. I shall try and provide a safe escort. Ah, he just hurt himself. He thinks he can do parkour, but he can't. You're not an Unreal Tournament now, buddy. But yeah, so these moments with the CD, I guess akin to capture the flag chases, could be quite exciting. I'll just give them a bit of a head start. No defenders spawning. Okay, let's run. There we go, you did it. So if you're up against humans, this gets ever more tense, as you can be ambushed literally anywhere. But there we go, the end. Thank you for watching.